So we'll go to the last question. Next question is the last question from your continuous beam. Okay, so because we have to see at least all types of problem. Okay, one example from each type. The first example, first question was both ends are fixed continuous beam. Second question, one end is simply support, and third question, one you have an overhanging span. And similarly, the last question will be beam with support settlement. Okay, so these are the four types of question you have to see. Okay, all other question will be same type. Okay, only numbers, only loading will be different. The procedure will be exactly same. These are the four types of question you have to study from continuous beam in slope diffusion method as well as moment distribution method. The questions are same, only method changes. This is the question. We have a 3-span continuous beam. So we have a 3-span continuous beam ABCD. Okay, and you can see that the moment of inertia is here 3I. This is the moment of inertia 5 times I, and this is the moment of inertia 4 times I. And here we have 2-point loadings, and here we have uniformly distributed load, and here we have concentrated point load or point load. Here we have point load. So what is the difference in this question? The support B yields by 30 millimeter. Okay, support B yields by 30 millimeter. That means support B there is a settlement. Okay, yield means you can take it as that is nothing but settlement. Okay, the support is yielding, or that you can say that that is nothing but the settlement at the support B. Support B is moving, it is just settling down like this. Support, this is your uh, support B, and once you apply the load, it may there may be some settlement, it may go down like this. Okay, that is what given in the question. So this support is just settling down, it is taking this position. So this will be it, something like this. Okay, so there is no settlement and all other joints. So this support B is going down because of this applied load effect. So now how will you solve this? The first thing is, this is all simple question and the procedure is exactly same. If there is some settlement, how will you solve? You will take you will write FEM values, you will find out FEM due to only considering the external load. Only taking the external load, you will find out the fixed FEM values. The next step, you will find out the distribution factors. In the next step, you will find out the you will do the moment distribution table. That is the procedure. You can do that. You will do that. Okay. But here only difference is, this is nothing extra in this question. Same as first question. The here only thing is, you while writing down the FEM values, while finding out the FEM values, you simply add what is the extra moment, what is additional moment coming to the beam due to this settlement. Due to this settlement, what is the additional moment coming? This is my settlement delta 30 millimeter. So due to this settlement, you know it is an indeterminate structure. If there is some settlement, it will generate additional moments in the joints. 6A delta by L square, you may be remembering that equation. So only thing is, we just find out 6A delta by L square value and simply add that value to the FEM value. Then do the remaining thing is, there is no change. So that is what we are going to do. Okay, so we will first we will find out what is the effect of delta, what is additional moment coming to the span AB and BC due to this support settlement. So you remember the effect of settlement delta will be only in the span AB and BC. In the span CD, there is no change. FEM will be WL by 8 only. Because of this load, there is no settlement at support C or D. There is no settlement, right? Only the effect of delta in the form of moment we have to consider only for the span AB and BC. So it will not have any effect in the span CD. So first let us see what is the effect on span AB. What is the effect of this delta in this span AB? So if you just draw the span AB separate. Okay, because how we are going to write FEM values, we will assume we will take primary structure, which is primary structure means all the joints are fixed. Then we are writing FEM values. Okay, so that is why, and delta, while finding out delta also we will assume all the joints are fixed. So the right support is settling down or yielding 30 millimeter. So it will deformation will be something like this. this is a this is what happened. This is our delta, which is equal to 30 into 10 power minus 3, this much meter. Okay, because everything I am taking in kilonewton and meter. Okay, so that is why you have to take support or settlement also 30 into 10 power minus 3 meter. 30 millimeter is equal to 30 into 10 power minus 3 meter. And so now if you look at this beam AB, if you look at the beam AB, what happened? The right side support is settling down. If right side support if there is some settlement delta, then what is the moment developed at joint A and B? So there will be moment in the anti-clockwise direction of magnitude 6 EI delta by L square, because this joint, it has to the slope must be 0, that is why the moment will be anti-clockwise. The magnitude is we have derived 6 EI delta by L square. So this is the, and here also we will be having right side support. If it is settling down, then your moment will be, it should be anti-clockwise. We have derived this 6 EI delta by L square. So now I got the additional moment due to delta in this span AB. So I have to just find out what is this value, 6 EI delta by L square. Everything is given, we can work out that. So let us find out the value of 6 EI delta by L square. So another mistake usually we do is, I will do everything, but I will miss this 3i. So here E into I, you have to substitute 3i. Okay, that is a possible mistake usually students will do while finding out this value. So I can find out for the support AB what is additional moment, that is 6 Ci delta by L square, so which is equal to 6 into the next mode EI value is given 10,000. So here what we have to substitute, E into 3i or 3EI. So this is, I will take EI value will be 10,000. So here we have to take 3 times EI, so that is 3 into 10,000 kilonewton meter square EI into delta. What is the value delta? 30 into 10 power minus 3 divided by L square. What is the length of this beam? 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 meter, L square. Okay, so we can do this calculation and get the value. This will be coming 150 kilonewton meter. This is additional moment coming in the span AB, anti-clockwise moment, both the joint 150, right? Similarly, you take the joint, you take the beam BC, you take the beam BC like this. So what happened to the beam BC? The left support, that is joint B, it is going down. So it deflated shape will be, due to settlement, it will be something like this. Of the, if it is a settlement happen, if this is the settlement happening to the beam BC, and then what is the moment? Here slope must be 0, this will be clockwise, and here it has to move down, so this moment will be also clockwise. What is the magnitude? Same, 6 EI delta by L square, but this magnitude will not be same as 150, because for this span EI value is different, 5 into 10,000, 50,000, and span also different, L also different here. So only while applying this formula, you don't take 150 just for the just to save some time to do the calculation. That is wrong. You are making wrong, because the span is different. So this 6a delta by L square, same equation for this span BC, we have to solve it. We have to solve the value for this magnitude. That will be 6 into EI. What is the value of EI? 5 EI. E into 5I, that will be 5 into 10,000, so it will become 50,000. Okay, 50,000 EI value. What is the value delta? Delta value will be remain same. It is 30 millimeter. So that is 30 into 10 power minus 3 meter. 6 EI delta divided by L square. What is the value of span BC? L is 7 meter, so we can take L square is 7 square. So you can find out this value, and you will get this value will be coming 183.65. Okay, so two possible mistake usually will make while doing this type of question. One mistake will be we will miss the I value. We will take EI directly in this equation 10,000. That is the one mistake. The another type of mistake will be direction you may take wrongly. then everything will be wrong. The direction you have to understand, this will be anti-clockwise and this will be clockwise. Okay, and another mistake will be this 6a delta by L square and this value, for both this span we will take same answer. That is also wrong. So you have to do very carefully. This is 150 anti-clockwise at the both the joint A and B for the beam AB, and this 183 clockwise moment both the joint B and C for the span BC. So only this is additional step, remaining procedure is everything is same. So now what you will do, now we will go for first step. The first step we can find out.
Can you share the attendance?
No, I am not taking attendance today, many having network issue, let us leave that. Okay, you can fill in the next class Monday. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
the first step is FEM values. The first step is FEM values. We can what is the value of FEM AB? So you can find out FEM due to this 2-point load, and that is I am not doing because I will just give the reference. This question is actually same question which we have done in slope depression method. Look at the question. I am doing the same question only by using the different methods. Okay, I am not sure about A value. Okay, anyway, the loading is same. So you for this loading 25 25 2 meter spacing, FEM there will be fixed moment. This will be anti-clockwise at the joint A. Okay, so that value is minus 33.3. So I am taking directly that value just to save some time for the calculation. So what you will do is this FEM AB. Okay, this FEM AB, that is we can find out, you can also do that again. You just find out W A square B by L square, W A B square by L square, that formula you use, do the superposition for two load, you will get that value is minus 33.33. FEM values, this is the value due to this load. We can do that. We can also refer the previous problem which we have done in slope liberation. We have taken same problem, so all the FEM values are same. Okay, what is this value? It is due to loading like this anti-clockwise direction. So I am taking minus 33.33, and due to this settlement delta, what is additional moment coming? Anti-clockwise moment, how much? 150. So that is also anti-clockwise, so you add that also along with this. So adding means you will add minus 150, right? So final, this is the modified FEM by considering the load effect as well as the effect of settlement. So 150 plus 33.3, you will get minus 183.33, this much kilonewton meter. Similarly, we can find out FEM BA. So what is the FEM due to this loading? Symmetric load, so that will be plus 33. You can refer this FEM values, no problem. Previous question you can do, you will get that if you are struggling to get these values. So this is the, because this joint will be having FEM value will be clockwise, fixed beam primary structure, clockwise 33, that is positive 33, and what is the additional moment coming at the joint B in the span AB? Additional moment is anti-clockwise 150. Anti-clockwise 150 means anti-clockwise should be negative. So that is also important sign. You should not add always. You take the net value, you take the algebraic sum. Clockwise moment you take positive, anti-clockwise moment you take negative. You keep the sign always. Don't. That is why even though you are writing 33, you keep positive values, positive sign there, so that you will not confuse later on whether it is positive or negative. Okay, always write positive, negative both. Okay, so plus 33 and this minus 150. Why minus? Because this moment is anti-clockwise due to settlement. So 33 minus 150, so you will get minus 116. Okay, so remaining values I will directly write. You can do that if you want. FEM BC and FEM BC, it is BA, is BA. FEM BC due to point load, due to this UDL, WL square by 12, 15 into L 7 square by 12. If you do that, you will get minus 61.25. Okay, and plus what is additional moment due to settlement of left support? Additional moment is also, it is clockwise 183. Clockwise 183 means positive. Okay, additional moment is positive 183.65. These are all very simple. Okay, there is nothing to remember or by heart, simple understanding only. Okay, always keep sign convention. and it is a lengthy question, only that is the thing. Okay, remaining things are, it is straightforward, there is nothing difficult. So minus 61 anti-clockwise moment FEM, usual FEM values for the UDL 61.25, WL square by 12, that is this value. So this is clockwise 183, so I am keeping 80 positive. So 183 minus 61, so you will get net value will be coming 122.4. So and the next value will be FEMCB. FEMCB you can find out, that is 61.25 plus clockwise moment 183. So 183.65, which is equal to 244.9. This is value I got. Okay. And FEMCD, and here there is no change, minus WL by 8, sorry, minus WL by minus L by 8. So W is 50, L is 5, 50 into 5 by 8, so 250 by 8, so 125 by 4. Okay, so 31.25. So this is minus 31.25, and here in this band CD there is no effect of settlement, so you can do the normal procedure only. So there is no, these terms will not be coming. So here FEM DC will be clockwise, so WL by 8 positive, WL by 8, so you will get positive 31.25. All are in kilonewton meter. I have not written the unit, all are in same unit. This is the first step. So this modification you have to do, only that is a different. Okay, these values are coming from settlement. So additional moment due to settlement. Additional moment due to settlement. These are just FEM values. Use the corresponding formula. This is the first step. In this question, the only difference is coming in the first step. FEM values you have to modify by taking the settlement effect. Okay. So now we will go to second step. What is second step? You have to find distribution factor. Take joint B, BA, BC. Take joint C, CB, CD. So far end is fixed or continuous or simply support. You apply the, if you take joint B, BA, far end is fixed, and you take the joint B, BC, far end is continuous. The same formula 4A by L. But thing is, I values are different, length also different, so the stiffness will be different. If stiffness is different, distribution factor will be different. Correspondingly, you have distributed moment also will be different. And if you take joint C, you take the span CB, stiffness for CB, far end is continuous. Take joint C, far CD span, far end is fixed. So 4A by L, substitute corresponding I value and length of the beam, that I and L value substitute and get the value distribution factor. That is the second step. I think you can do this. It is very simple. Take joint B, BA, BC, write down K values. Only thing is I value should not miss. Don't take I value uniform. Like take the given value 3I, 5I or whatever it is. Get the value of K. You take these two values sum, that is sigma K, and corresponding value of distribution factor you can work out K by sigma K. So 2EI by 4.85. You will get 0.411. Approximately you can take it as 0.41. And if you do 2.85 by 4.85, you will get 0.588. You can approximate it as 0.59 if you want. Otherwise, you can keep 3 digit also, no problem. Only just for our convenience, I am keeping doing this approximation 0.59. Okay. Okay, so here similarly you can get the distribution factor for CB and CD, K by sigma K, 0.47 and 0.53. You see this sum, distribution factor for BA plus BC, 0.41 plus 0.59, it should be equal to 1. If you take the sum of 0.471 and 0.528, that also will be equal to 1. Only that cross check you can do, you just verify your distribution factors are correct. The sum should be equal to 1 always. Okay, that is the second step. So next step will be moment distribution table. Okay, that is our third step, moment distribution table. Okay, let us do that, moment distribution table. Okay. So we have here we have a 3-span beam. Okay, we have 3-span beam. So the distribution table will be a little large, bigger table, and thing is here you have to do so many cycles. You won't get a accurate answer after after 1 or 2 cycles. You have to go for a large more number of cycles. Okay, it is finally you will get an approximate answer. Okay. So you can also compare your answer, whatever answer you are getting finally, you just compare your answer which you got from slope depression method, because we are solving the same problem. You can compare your answers. You will find that you should get the same answer always. Okay, whatever is the method, you should get the same answer. This is our question. The loading was like this: A, B, C, D. Okay, and here we have a concentrated load. Okay. So we got all the values of distribution factor. So I can make a table. So I can this is a typical question for the moment distribution method, because here only all the three questions, if you see, we could solve with one cycle. After one balancing you will get the final answer, but that won't happen in the case of frame and all. And then this is a typical question, because we have 3-span, so you are not going to get an accurate answer after 1 or 2 cycles. You have to do more iteration. Okay, I think we will do that. Okay, we will do that. So let me make the table. Okay. So here we have to keep a box for values for distribution factor. So this is joint A. This is don't have, this is joint B. This is joint C, and it is joint D. Okay. So I think, yeah. So it is our table. The first you will write FEM values. So this values I am write FEM AB minus 183.33. This is what was the value? FEM BA minus 116. Okay. So this value is minus 116. You directly copy from the first step all the values. Okay, 67. And FEMBC it was 122.4, 122.4 positive. Okay, FEMCB it was 244.9, 244.9 positive. All these two values were positive. It became positive because of that delta additional moment came, the clockwise moment. So finally that negative moment became positive, 122.4. So this was minus 31.25, it was plus 31.25, it is plus. Okay, that is the first step. Write down the FEM values. And what is here, if you see joint B, it is not balanced. There is some unbalanced moment of how much, plus 6, 122 minus 116 plus 6. And here we have an unbalanced moment of, we have huge unbalanced moment, 244 minus 31. So 210, approximately 210 kilonewton meter, that is a unbalanced moment. So we have to balance joint B as well as joint C. Two joints both are unbalanced, and here we cannot do any initial balancing. That is not possible. So you have to use the conventional procedure. Okay, what you will do, you do the balancing, find out the unbalanced moment here and distribute as per the distribution factor ratio. Let us write distribution factor values first. These values will be 0.41 and 0.59. This will be 0.41, this will be 0.59. Okay, and this will be 0.47, this will be 0.53, right? Okay, so now Now simple. Now just we have to do the what is this value, you can work out. I will do only for one or two cycle, because in the side we cannot do so many calculation. For the first cycle I am writing small because I have to write more. So first cycle, the joint B, you take the joint B. So how will you find the distributed moment for BA? This value. So that is, find out the unbalanced moment, that is sum of these two. So minus 116.67 plus 122.4, that is unbalanced moment. You multiply with the distribution factor, don't miss the negative sign, 0.41. And for BC, what is the value? You take the sum. Okay, take the value minus 116.67 plus 122.4, it is unbalanced moment, multiply with the distribution factor 0.59, don't forget the negative sign, 0.59. Okay, do this, you will get this value as minus 2.349. Okay, and this value you should get something higher because distribution factor is more, 59. So this will be minus 3.38. So I will write this value here. This is my distributed moment for the for MBA. So minus 2.349. This is minus 3.38. Okay. Similarly, you take the joint first cycle. It is also, we are in first cycle. Take joint C. Take joint C. What is the moment for CB? The same step, only I will write maybe only for one cycle. Okay, this is two unbalanced moment is 244.9 plus minus 31.25. Okay, plus minus 30, take this sum, take the algebraic sum, that is your unbalanced moment. Okay, multiply with minus 0.47. So if you do this, you will get the moment for CB span, that value will be, so you will get minus 100.415. And what is for CD? That is 244.9. Okay, plus minus 31.25. So multiply with minus 0.53. So you will get this value is minus 113. Okay, so minus 113.23. So because here we had unbalanced moment is approximately 210, positive 210, that is approximate moment. So that is why you can see the distributed moment, if you take some 100 plus 110, 113, so approximately 210. Means you are, it is actually accurately you will get what is unbalanced moment, same moment you are applying. Okay, 210 was the approximate value. Okay, 213 is coming, and same here also the unbalanced moment is something around 6. Here also you are getting something around 6. So CB, you have to write the values are minus 100.415. Don't miss any negative sign in any steps. If you miss some sign, you will find answer will be wrong. Okay, so be careful. So now what happened? That this joint is balanced. This joint also balanced right now, but we have to do the next step. But that is the carryover. The next step we have to do after balancing, you have to do the carryover. That is the next step. How much moment should carry over to the far end, because far end is fixed. So if you have to do the carryover, that is just half of this value, minus 2.3 by half, you will get minus 1.174. Okay, and this joint B applied this much amount of moment, and half of the moment should carry over to the joint C, which is continuous. So again carryover factor is half, so you have to do the carryover, that is also half. This is the carryover procedure, 3.38 by 2, so you will get this value. So that is minus 1.69. So again you have to do the carryover for this value. We applied moment here, we have 100.41, so the half of the moment will be carried over to the far end. So what is this value? This will be minus 100 by 2, that is minus 50.2. Okay, and the joint C via MCD we have some value, that half of the moment should be carried over to the far end, which is fixed. So this value we have to do the carryover. So 113 by 2 we will get minus 56.61. So at this stage this joint was balanced, and now some moments additional moment came due to carryover from the far end. So now again the joint has become unbalanced. If you take these four values sum, you will get 0, but some additional moment came because of this moment, that is due to carryover from the far end. So now at this joint, if you take this total sum, you will get some unbalanced moment will be there. The unbalanced moment at the joint B will be 50. Okay, so now we have to do we have to again do the balancing, because there is some unbalanced moment of 50 at the joint B, unbalanced moment of 1.69 at the joint C. So this is the first cycle. So now one cycle you did not get a final answer. We could not do balancing. Additional moments are coming from far end. Okay, so again you have to do the next cycle. So you go for second cycle. Okay, you go for second cycle. So again do the balancing. This time unbalanced moment is minus 50.2. So how much moment will be distributed to span BA? That will be so minus 50.2, that is your unbalanced moment at the joint B in the second cycle. So multiply with 0.41, negative 0.41. So for BC, 50.2 multiply with 0.59 with a negative sign. So if you do this, you will get the value will be coming 20.582, and this value will be 29.618. So you will get this value will be 20.58. This value will be 29.618. Okay, and second cycle take joint C. What is the value moment for CB? That is minus 1.69, that is your unbalanced moment for the second cycle, multiply with minus 0.47. So you will get this value, that is coming as 0.794. okay, positive. And what is the value for CD? That is minus 1.69 multiply with 0.53. okay, so that is minus 0.53. So if you do this multiplication, you will get 0.895. 0.895. So you take this value 0.794, that is here 794. okay, and if you this value will be 0.895. So next step is again carry over. This half of the moment will be go to the far end. So 20 by 2 you will get 10.291, and this half moment will go to this end, 29 by 2, so you will get 14.8. This half will go to this end, 0.79 by 2, so you will get 0.397, and here also the carryover half of the moment, 0.895 by 2. So now onwards we are repeating the first cycle what we have done, the same thing you have to do in the second cycle. Okay, only values are changing. So now again some moment additional moment came. This 50 we balance here. See, this 50 minus 50 I have balanced this step, but some additional moment came from the far end. So this is your unbalanced moment for the third cycle. Okay, until these values are becoming negligibly small, 0.012 something like that, you have to repeat the cycle. So the second cycle also not sufficient. In see the joint C, we have a 14.8 unbalanced moment, so you have to go for third cycle again to go for balancing. Okay, so 0.397 you can balance. You repeat the step with the distribution factor values 0.397. So you will get that value will be distributed. You will get the values are minus 0.162 here, and here minus 0.234. This 14.8 will be distributed, and the 14.8 negative value you have to apply, that value will be minus 14.8, no, this is coming minus 6.956, and here minus 7.84. This we can find out. Okay, same procedure. Instead of 50.2 you take 14.8. Okay, that is the balancing. So after balancing, again carry over, half of this moment will go to here, minus 0.081. This half will go to here, and this half will go to here. So what is this value? 0.23 by 2, that is minus 0.117. This value will be minus 6 by 2, so that is coming minus 3.478. So this is also do the carryover. All these are carryover. Okay, minus 7.84 by 2, you will get minus 3.92. See, again there is unbalanced moment came due to carryover. So 0.39 I have balance here, but additional moment came from the far end. So again you have to go for next cycle. This one you have to repeat until these all these values are becoming negligible. Okay. So balancing again you have to do, this will become these values will be positive 1.425, this will be 2.05. So here the values will be 0.0549, and this value will be positive. Okay, and this will be 0.062. It is an iterative procedure, so you have to repeat this cycle until you are getting negligible moment as carryover moment. Okay, 0.031 will be carryover, and this half will be coming to here, this half will be coming to here. So 2.052 by 2 you will get 1.026. so this will be very small value, 0.0274. Okay, and this half will go to the next step. This is the carryover value. 1.4 by 2, this is 0.7125. Okay, so here if you see this joint, again some additional moment 1.02, that is the unbalanced moment. So again go for next cycle. Okay, balancing. So in this step 0.027, this joint is this is very negligible. So anyway we will do that balancing again. Minus 0.011, this is minus 0.016. This 1.026 we have to distribute among BC and among CB and CD. So those values will be minus 4.82, and this is minus 0.543. Okay. Okay, so you can go for one more cycle. The balancing, this half will be carried over to this end. It has become almost 0. 5.5 into 10 power minus 3. You can take it as 0. This half will be here. This half will be here. Here we have some value minus 0.241, and this will be. It also become negligibly small. Minus 8 into 10 power minus 3. So this half will go here, this will be minus point. Okay, this 0 is not there, for minus 0.271, that is the carry balancing. And the final only one thing is when you have to stop it, you can see this carried over moment finally are getting negligible in 10 power minus 3.2. You can take it as negligible. Only this you have to see. Joint B, what is the moment coming? 0.2. Here minus 8 into 10 power minus 3. This you can take it as negligible compared to 122 your starting values. That is a range of value you are going to get. Okay. So this is negligible, so you can stop it. Only thing is final step. You should not stop your answer with carryover. Final step, whenever you are stopping this iterative procedure, final step should be balancing. Okay. Just balance this moment and then we will stop it. Okay. So this one 142 negative, this will be this is already 0, so there is no another value, it is all 0. It's very small values. So now we can stop. Okay, no need to go for further cycles. So already we have done, how many cycles we have done? First cycles. Okay, this is our first cycles, second, third, 4 and 5. We have done 5 cycles. Finally we found that this carried over moment, these values are negligibly small. So even if you go for further cycles, you won't get any difference. You will not get any difference in the final answer. So now we can find out the final values or moment. That is simply you take, okay, here I have to write final moment, there is no space I think. Okay, this is final moment. Final moment m may be, you take the all the sum 183.33, you just take the sum 183.33 plus minus 1.17 plus this value plus this value plus this value plus this value. If you take the final total sum, you will get final answer as 183 173.462. That is your final answer. Similarly, you take all this sum minus 116 plus 2.3 plus 20.58. Okay, the negative sign you have to keep, minus 116 minus 2.3 plus 20, etc. Okay, we take all these sum, we will get we check the values. Okay, exact value we may get, this is minus 97. You take the sum of this moment, you will get plus 96.8. okay, so this you take the sum, you will get this moment MCB, that is 151.91 I got. Okay, so anyway, this is minus 151.9. You can take sum here, you will get minus, final value will be minus 29.07. This is your final answer. MAB, that is equal to minus 173. MBA is 97. This is 96.8. You will get same answer. You check it. Okay, minus 97 means here also you should get plus 97. So anyway, it is approximately 97 only, plus 97. This is your final answer. So this is a typical procedure. You have to do like this. If you could not get answer with one cycle, you have to go for several cycles. So when you have to stop, whenever you are getting the negligibly small values or carryover moment 0.027, you can stop it. In this stage it is negligible, but this here joint there is some unbalanced moment, one kilonewton meter. So you have to go for next cycle. Finally you got both the values are negligible, so you can stop it. Okay, at least you have to do maximum 5 or 6 cycles. Beyond that don't go, because we have to, it will take a lot of time if you are going for more cycles. But you have to do sometimes question like this. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay, that is the final answer. So you can draw the moment diagram. So the moment diagram I am not drawing. Okay, you can now I think you are able to draw the moment diagram. This is your final moment diagram. Okay, this is your final answer. We have done same question, no? So the final answer, this is the final moment diagram. So 171 we got 173. You will get more or less same answer. Okay, 151 we got, all these values are same. Okay, so with this we will stop for today. Okay, this is the last question from continuous B.